Hey guys, welcome to the MMA Brothers podcast, the newest, baddest, and best podcast out there. And let's get it going. Hello guys, welcome back to the MMA Brothers podcast. My name is Daryl.
This is Asher over here.
And then we're going to go over the weekly fight news that has come in with MMA news directly related to the UFC. So today we're going to go over, is Conor McGregor better at 70 or 55 versus Rosna, and then we're going to go into Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade. Then we're going to go touch on Colby Covington.
And then Israel
Adesanya. Yoel. And then we're going to wrap it up with Kevin Lee's next opponent.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to move on to Conor McGregor. So McGregor is notoriously known for fighting at 55, 45 and a Bearswick division.
No pun intended, notoriously.
Okay. So Conor McGregor is relaxed and ready for his 170-pound bout against Donald Cerrone. This time it's going to be something special. So there's a lot of PR going on. McGregor wants to get awareness of the fight going, even though it's probably going to be one of the most watched cards because McGregor's one of the biggest draws.
Mm-hmm.
I do think McGregor he's not a naturally big guy. Like I think he's like 5'9". Right,
yep.
He has to put on muscle just to make 70.
Yep.
Right, and he's under. Like he even said right now, he's still under.
It literally just says McGregor who weighed around 160 or 160 in a bit, which is super light. Like, because there were pictures of him being like super jacked before the fight, but I guess maybe he's been running a lot to get his cardio up, and now he's around 160, which is like, I don't know, whatever. I guess he'll still be fine at 170. I think he's gonna weigh in about like 165, 166.
No, I think he's gonna be like 163.
Yeah, or maybe
underneath, definitely underneath 165 is my guess because he knows he's not an idiot. Like Conor knows you can't bulk up, get super big, and be super muscular, and then gas out in the second round.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point in doing that? If you know you're gonna put him away in the first two rounds, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's usually his game plan. But, I think Conor's going to go in there. He's going to be a lighter guy. He's going to be on his feet. Because Donald is a slow starter. Everyone's saying it. McGregor's a notoriously fast starter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make the notorious joke again. Notoriously fast starter. So, within the first two rounds, he's going to take out Cerrone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The moment it gets to the third round, Donald's going to beat him. The moment it goes into the third round. Because then Donald's going to get his timing. He's got everything down. Right? He's going to know to stay away from his left hand. Because Conor, he does have kicks, deep kicks to the body, stuff to keep you guessing, jab work, whatever. He can take you down, he can choke you out too, but you don't do it to Donald. Donald's really good on the ground.
Yeah.
So I think McGregor's a way better fighter at 55, right? Because he cuts down, so he's a bigger guy at 55 than he is at 170. He's very, very small 170. So I think he's way better at 55.
I think, actually based on McGregor's record, he's 1-1 in both weight classes. So he fought once at 155 against Eddie Alvarez and won that one. And he fought Khabib at 155. He lost that one. At 170, he won once against Diaz, and he lost one against Diaz. So technically, he's 50-50 at both weight classes, but I think he's much better at 155 for many reasons. Cardio is probably better because he's weighs less. The opponents he's facing are much smaller than he would be facing at 170. Even though Cowboy Cerrone has fought most of his career at 155, he was one of the bigger 155ers, and so this fight they always say imagine it's at 170, just 155ers fighting at 170. But I think Cerrone has gone much bigger than he was earlier in his career. But there's a video right here where Conor McGregor explains his decision to fight Donald Cerrone at 170. Let's take a listen.
So the opponent and the weight was your decision ultimately, right? You could have made this at 155.
I'm underweight right now, so.
How much do you weigh on this Friday before the fight?
I'm underweight. I'd say 160 and a bit.
So why not make him...
I know, I could have. I just don't think he looks well at 155, right? He does not look well at 150. He's a 170 fighter.
So don't you want him to suffer on the way to the...
Why would I want him or someone to... I don't care. No, I could beat him if he fought. I'd beat him any bleeding. I'd beat him at any weight. I'd beat him when he bleeding. You know what I mean? I beat him if I had the flu. Right. So I don't care.
Right,
you know
back
what I mean? I don't need that. I just want to focus on my training. And keep me sharp. And I don't got to cut and then build.
So yeah, that's a little excerpt from his recent interview with Ariel Helwani. So we both agree that McGregor is definitely better at 155 than he is at 170. So we're going to move on to the next topic on the agenda. The next topic that we have here is Miss Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade 2. Is in the works for UFC 249.
I like this. for a few reasons. The reason I don't like this is for Joanna and Jacek. Because if Rose gets through, let's just say Joanna beats Weili Zhang. Then Rose beats Jessica Andrade. What's gonna happen? She's gonna end up losing to Rose once again, and it's gonna be bad. And it's usually bad when Joanna meets Rose. There's certain people who just have your number.
I mean, the second fight it was kind of competitive, but Rose won it for sure. It wasn't like that bad. The first fight, yes, she got beat up in the first round.
Over 10 rounds, how many did Joanna win? 3, 2?
No, it's only 6 rounds. The second fight went 5 rounds, and then Joanna got KO'd in the first round in the first fight. So it's only been 6 rounds.
You extrapolate the data. Yeah. She got KO'd in the first round.
I agree. Rose number
out of 10 rounds. Yes, out of 10 rounds, she'd probably win 2 or 3.
But on the flip side, if Rose does beat Jessica Andrade, they may do Rose Andrade 3. You never know, right? Because then it's like 1-1 with these two.
Yeah, but if I was Rose, if you get through Andrade, you see what happened to you the first time. You're rolling the dice that you don't get picked up and slammed once again. And I do think it was a good defense. The Kimura is a very good defense to combat the picking up the double leg takedown. You get the Kimura in because if they slam and then when they're trying to get up, they forget that it's in a Kimura position. You got them.
Because Rose was really dominating this fight until she got slammed and she's trying to do that.
I know. And then Pat Barry, I think Pat Barry's her husband, right?
Yeah.
They had worked on it. I was watching a lot of the embeddeds before and just interviews with them. And they were going over, that's a known defense to combat it. But you got to let go. If you picked up, you have to let it go, right? Because you hang on, you're going to be going head first right into the ground, which is not good for you. So I think Rose has got this fight because you learn from your mistakes. She's not a technically better fighter than her. There's nowhere other than maybe power, right? Where you see it. Rose is a very technical striker. Rose can choke you out. Rose can do so many things. She's like, I'm going to power double leg you and slam you, right? And then I'm going to hit you with ground and pound.
Yep.
Right? I'm going to be swinging. You saw her fight against Weili Zhang.
Yep.
She got hit once. It's like, all right, well, I'm swinging for the fences. I'm going down or you're going down.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
She's a very emotional fighter. She's a very calculated fighter. It's going to be a great fight. She's going to get the win. I'm even going to say she's going to get the knockout because she's going to come forward, right, looking to double leg her. If she can time a well-placed knee, Andrade going out.
Yep, and so this fight's actually going to be at UFC 249 in Brooklyn, New York on April 18th, and I think you guys know which fight card this is. Khabib. This is Mr. Ferguson. So,
who do you have for this fight?
I mean, we're going to do obviously a preview for this card in the future, but I think Rose is got this fight. I think she'll be okay with getting taken down. She's not gonna try and do that attempt again, where if she's in a
no. That's a good
slammed.
That's a good defense.
It is, but she's not.
You gotta let go.
That happens twice. Yeah. I'm not saying she won't try and submit Andrade. I'm just saying she would learn from her mistakes and say, okay, I'm not trying to get slammed in my head again, because that was actually pretty dangerous. When I saw her, apparently she was shaking and stuff. When I saw it, I was like, oh shit! I thought she broke her neck or something. But anyways, I think Rose is gonna win this one because Andrade. Again, like Daryl said, she comes heavy with the punches, and Rose is taller, nicer with her hands. So
anyone who can outstrike Joanna and Jacek is not gonna have a problem with Jessica Andrade in the striking department, in my opinion. But anyway,
yes, sir.
We'll move on. Israel Adesanya, my African brother, versus Yoel Romero. He's in the works, or is it done? It's
not finalized, but Israel Adesanya just came and said it's happening. So
yes, and you know what? People are like, why in the world would you want to fight Yoel Romero? He's scary looking dude. Looks like he's chiseled from stone. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's out here, hurting people. Is the best way I could put it. Yoel's lost 3 of his last 4 fights, if I'm not mistaken. And 3 out of his last 5 have been title fights, if I'm not mistaken. Because he had a title fight for Luke Rockhold.
He's lost his last 3, right?
He's lost
twice to Whitaker, and he lost to Paulo Costa. So
and then he won against Rockhold. That was his last win.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's lost 3 out of his 4
in a row.
Lost 3 out of his 4 last one. No, it wasn't 3 in a row.
Whitaker, Costa.
No, there was a fight in between Whitaker.
Yeah, he beat Rockhold first.
No, right? It was Whitaker.
Rockhold. Trust me.
Whitaker. Okay.
Trust me, yeah. We can look it up if you want, but I'm sure it's in the article here somewhere that he's lost 3 in a row. But, yeah. Yoel Romero, he's gonna fight Israel Adesanya March 7th, and then I think Valentina Shevchenko's on this card. Currently features a strawweight fight. Sorry, with Weili Zhang defending against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I mixed up. I knew it was a female fight. And in this fight, Israel Adesanya is playing with fire with this one. The fact that he's trying to fight Yoel Romero, I mean, Yoel is an Olympic wrestler, and actually, if there's one weakness that Israel Adesanya has, it's his wrestling. And I don't quite understand why he would set himself up for this fight. I know he's a big shot and he wants to face everyone, all comers and stuff like that, but like, nobody's signing up to fight Yoel Romero. You know what I mean? And so this fight card, Israel Adesanya actually says he wants to fight 3 times this year. So this would be his first one.
I knew I was right, by the way.
What's
Just
up?
pointing that out. I YouTubed it. I Googled it, sorry. And he lost to Whitaker, then beat Rockhold, then lost to Whitaker, then lost to Costa. There was a win. He hasn't lost 3 in a row. He lost 2.
Okay.
Sorry. I just had to make sure.
Yeah.
We ironed that out. Keep going.
No, that's pretty much it. I was just saying Israel Adesanya is playing with fire, trying to fight Yoel Romero, because it's like the one weakness Izzy has is his wrestling.
Yes, but people say that. When's the last time Izzy was taken down?
I'm trying to remember. Brunson? Did Brunson take him
Nope.
down? Actually, no.
No. Did Whitaker take him down?
Calvin Gastelum took him down momentarily.
But he was hurt. It's not like, do you get what I'm trying to say? It's not like you got double legged and didn't know what to do. People say, because I was listening to Rogan, I was listening to various other podcasts. People are like, Izzy's very big weakness was, his takedowns, and you learn very early in MMA, he kept getting taken down, and fighters would know he's a kickboxer.
Mm-hmm.
So he started using his kickboxing to nullify people taking him down.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of come in, I'm throwing a knee. I don't care. Do you get what I mean? Brunson kept on shooting. Joe was like, hey, he's got to watch the knee coming right at the gun. You can't just keep trying to double a guy.
Yeah, but Brunson is kind of like he's a Romero.
People disrespect Brunson. Brunson's
no,
nice.
he's good and he has good wrestling. That's not what I'm saying. But he kind of
He's
is
not an
more
Olymp-
reckless.
Yeah,
he's
not
not
an
an
Olympic
Olympic level wrestler like Yoel Romero.
But one thing I'm going to say is Yoel doesn't have a long reach, right? So he likes to close the gap and blitz, right? Whitaker did the same exact thing to Adesanya.
Right.
They're going to have a very similar game plan in terms of, I'm going to wait till Izzy throws something, right? And then I'm going to explode and try to counter. You do that against Izzy, Izzy will piece you up from the outside. He's going to, all right, this guy's going to run in and jump in. I'm going to time it, right? Every single time. I don't know if you noticed, Whitaker would jump in and then Izzy would miss the first one. Then boom, boom, hit him once and then miss, then hit him again. Every single time he came in to engage, he kept getting pieced up.
Right.
Yoel's chin has taken a lot of damage. He's 42, turning 43.
He's never been KO'd.
He's never been KO'd. No, don't get me wrong. But listen, him and Costa was swinging nothing but hooks. Him and Costa.
And he got head kicked too, and he kept fighting. Yoel did.
Yeah, I understand from that.
Hit,
yeah, he can take a hit. But what I'm saying is, he's never been hit while he's throwing. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen Yoel leap in and then get clipped. It's usually Yoel's just turtling and he's getting hit. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because he's waiting for you to tire out, then he explodes.
Okay.
Because even his engages with Costa was throwing hooks. Then when Costa stopped throwing hooks, then he clipped Costa. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
So I think when Yoel is doing that expansive movement of trying to throw hooks or trying to, because that's how he caught Rocco, just caught multiple other people. He does leaping, lots of explosive movement.
Yeah.
Is he going to game plan for that? He's a striker. He's probably going to invest in leg kicks early in the fight. I don't know. Maybe that's something he could work on because you're going to want to nullify, some oblique kicks, throw some of those in there to stop that explosiveness right off the block, right? So I think the longer the fight goes on, the more it favors Adesanya. I'm not saying Yoel does not have a gas tank, which he does. He clearly does. But your power starts dropping lower and lower as the fight goes on, and Izzy is just going to keep getting better and better because he's going to get your timing. He's going to get this. Because I was scared. In his fight against Whitaker, he was just, the punch was just missing Adesanya's face. The head kick was just missing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's too close for comfort. I'm like, Izzy, if you literally didn't do that extra, that 1 inch back.
He's so good at kickboxing that it's not like if he wanted to, he could move further away. He could step back. He could make.
But he does it so he can.
But he does it exactly. He only moves far enough because McGregor does the exact same thing. when he counter strikes people, they throw a hit and then McGregor just slides a little bit out of the way. The punches go like this and boom, right? So that distance management, those two guys are really, really good at it.
Yeah, no, so I personally have Izzy just because I think everyone's like, yo, you don't want to mess with Romero. And he's going in with the mindset of, I'm not scared of this guy. A lot of people, before they go in with Yoel, like, yo, this guy's, you know, they might not show it, but, like, you can see the fear in their eyes as they're standing across the cage from him.
Yeah.
Right? Puts the fear of God into these men, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're going to move on. Actually, no. Who do you have for this fight?
I want to say Izzy, but I would not be surprised if Yoel takes this one.
And still props to Izzy. Even if he gets beaten up.
And Yoel Romero is like 43 years old. He's not a young guy. But
he's not going to be champ for the next 5 years.
But that's what I'm saying. Literally, it just says right here, like, literally got to the gym putting in work, make no mistake, I'm still putting in work to get ready for my second title defense and getting ready for a veteran in the game. Veteran in wrestling and a tough mother and the boogeyman of the division. No one calls out except Stylebender. Like, no one calls out Yoel Romero except Stylebender. So even he knows that what he's signing up for is a rude awakening. But I think Stylebender is crafty and slick enough to not get taken down and just, you know, piece up Yoel Romero. He's not going to knock him out. Probably just be 5 rounds of just piecing, tagging, jabs, kicks, whatever.
So you're going with Romero?
No, I'm going with Adesanya.
Okay, beautiful. Let's move on to my boy.
So, Mr. Kobe Covington.
Okay.
He's, his coach came out and said he's returning to training next month in February. He actually wants to do a jiu-jitsu tournament, as far as I understand, in March or something like that. And Kobe is planning to come back in May or June for an actual UFC fight. So this guy, I don't know what he's made out of, because apparently his jaw just had a small fracture, so it didn't need any surgery or anything like that. It says right here he had a small fracture in the jaw and did not need to be wired shut or anything in those lines. So he's going to come back for training, and he should be back in the summer to fight whoever he's going to fight next. Hopefully it's Usman. What do you think?
Now, I'm going to start this off just to clarify. I hated Kobe Covington. Everything he did would bother me, and the more and more I educated myself on what he's doing, I grew to love the guy, right? He's a great, great fighter, and I find it really funny how much he gets underneath people's skin. There's you can probably find early videos of the podcast where I'm like, I want Usman to knock out Kobe. Then the more and more I watch him, I'm like, this guy talks so much stuff. Like, he talks a lot of stuff, right? But then he goes in there and he'll beat you up for 5 straight rounds. And he'll tell you, I'm going to beat you up for 5 straight rounds. And he goes there, he actually beats you up. Usman almost lost. Don't get it, Usman broke his jaw, Usman's chin, don't get it twisted.
It was a close fight, yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Usman doesn't drop him at the end of the round. Kobe might have won that fight.
Yeah. He was winning in the 5th round.
He was winning the 5th round.
Yeah.
A judge had it 3-1. 2 other judges had it 3-1 other way. The other judge had a dead even split. What does that tell you? And Kobe's winning the 5th round. Right? I'm happy. He was probably gonna say some disrespectful stuff about Africans if he had did it.
I don't know if he'd go that far, but maybe.
You didn't hear what he said about his Usman's like traditional suit thing that he wore?
No, what did he
He's
say?
like, your mom look like, did your mom dress you up look like you're wearing bed sheets? Like, it's of a traditional African.
Dashiki?
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, that's crazy. I still love the guy, but God. Yeah, so Covington, I think, no Usman, Colby's the best in the division. Because Colby, what he did to Robbie Lawler, yes, Tyron Woodley came in and overhanded Robbie, dropped him, yada, yada, yada. I think it's more impressive if a fighter can beat you up for 5 straight rounds and, like, you saw what Usman did to Woodley? Like, he literally outclassed him in every department.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
Like, it was not close. And Kobe does that to everyone.
So that's why I remember when Kobe Covington was talking trash to Woodley, saying like, oh, Woodley's waist, or like, I would beat Woodley easily and whatever. I was like, no way, Tyron Woodley is like too good and blah, blah, blah. Then you realize there's levels to this. I'm like, yo, if Usman fought Woodley and beat him that easily, imagine what Kobe Covington could have done to Woodley. And I was like, imagine that.
Yeah.
If Kobe Covington talked all that trash to Woodley,
and then
went in and beat Woodley like that, that would be such a big name in the sport. And I would be like, bro, I have nothing but respect for Covington, bro. Like, literally, he was that close to doing it. But then again, I think Woodley hurt himself or whatever. Something happened that felt.
Yeah, you know what, Tyron?
Yeah.
Tyron is a great fighter. Don't get it twisted. He has his moments where he's annoying. He contradicts himself so many times.
Yeah.
He's literally on Instagram like, I'm not going to no England. I'm a former champ. I'm the best welterweight in history. Yeah, and then next week, man's going to England. I'm like, all right, Tyron, was that like a ploy to get more bread for the fight? Like.
And so, like I said earlier, his manager said he'll be in training February, and so I mean, in theory, he should be ready to fight as soon as April or May. In theory, so let's just say June. But still, to come back. Unfortunately, with the second half of the podcast, the file went corrupt. So I truly apologize that you didn't get the second half. But don't worry, there's still more episodes to come, and we're gonna hit you with 2 episodes this week for the Conor McGregor versus Cowboy fight card. So again, I apologize about this, and see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.